Hello everyone, welcome back to my journey of going through all the albums that I never listened to from TWICE after I lost interest a bit when they were the first group that I ever got into in K-pop, my favorite group for a long time. Today we have an exciting one, which is Formula of Love. I've been hearing a lot about this one, that it's a very good one, so I'm excited to see what the hype is about. And it feels like it's been a long time because the last one was Chaeyoung's solo album, which was amazing. Check that out. And before that, it's been a while since I've actually done any of the TWICE ones. This last time was Taste of Love, which is a while ago. So in the future, I'll try and get to them a bit quicker. But the next one should actually be Nayeon's debut solo album. So excited to get into that. Seeing more of their solo releases will help me get to know the individual members more again after all this time. But then after that, we'll get into whatever their next Korean album is. But also to get to know the members, my idea for the next bonus TWICE reaction is to do a 2025 guide to TWICE reaction. So if you have any specific ones you'd recommend, you can let me know. And also recommendations for any other additional content that you'd want me to see. Because I still am not sure exactly what I would want to do next. So if you have any ideas, definitely let me know. And if you could just like, comment, and subscribe for lots more TWICE reactions in the future, along with other groups, lots of other groups, I would appreciate it. And let's get into Formula of Love by TWICE, and the first song, Scientist, which of course I have heard. I do feel like I don't remember this one quite as well as I did with Alcohol Free and I Can't Stop Me, but I remember liking it, so excited to see what my thoughts are on it after all these years. Very pretty video, definitely. All the pastel color. Feels like kind of a low-key song, but also very bright at the same time. I like her hair. There's just so much going on in the video. How many different sets are there? This is cool, kind of barren on the floor, but just such crazy architecture stuff all around. This part is fun. Just this one part is completely different than the rest, I feel like. I feel like TWICE has such strong vocalists that most of their songs kind of focus on that, but this whole feels like more chill vocals, but it still sounds real good. Seriously, how many different sets or whatever are in this? Yeah, I like this outro. What do they say? Sounds like they're saying, you ain't the sky. You ain't this guy. Yeah, it's a good song. They have all their duplicates like they had in Heartshaker. Yeah, all of their older title tracks definitely are, you know, very, very energetic. And like I Can't Stop Me, the album for that was all kind of more low-key songs, but like still, I feel like pretty much all of their songs are definitely heavy on like powerful vocals and stuff because, you know, they have Jihyo Nayeon. But this, I feel like there's not really many strong vocal parts. It's all more consistent in tone, but it's like those are some of my favorite songs when it's like consistent in tone throughout the whole thing. There aren't like big powerful parts, but somehow it still keeps me interested and hooked the whole time. That's maybe it like doesn't feel like there are certain parts that kind of just make the song and it's like, okay, I'm just listening for this part. Like makes you realize like the whole song from start to finish is really, really good. So yeah, I like the song a lot, definitely. I haven't heard it in a while, but probably one of my favorites of their newer title tracks. So I think I give it solid 92. I think it's probably not up there with a lot of their older title tracks with among like my favorites of theirs, but definitely with newer ones, I would say it would be up there. And it's a real good song. And like, it's not at all an insult to not be as good as their older title tracks because so many of them are just absolutely incredible and just like better than most groups' best title tracks. So this would definitely be up there with a lot of other groups' best title tracks. So very good song. But just from this, I feel like probably a lot of Twice fans wouldn't have this as their like top favorite Twice title track, which makes me more curious as to why this album seems to be talked about so much, because I feel like it's got to be more from the B-sides than just the title track. Like a lot of the times, if an album has a really, really good title track, it'll like bring up the hype for the entire album. But this, I feel like that can't be the case for this. I feel like there's definitely other Twice songs that are a lot more loved than this one. So the rest of the album must be pretty good for it to be so well loved. So let's get into the first one. Lyrics from the channel Talmud again. Check them out. First song is Moonlight. So let's see how these B-sides start, how the kind of vibe of the album will start. Because Taste of Love and Eyes Wide Open both had a bit more low-key vibes in this. Like, I feel like Scientist has a more like poppy, upbeat feel to it. And that's what like my initial instincts would be to imagine for what the rest of the album is like. But I have no idea. So we'll see. Moonlight. I like this almost like xylophone sounds or something in the instrumental. I think the song is all in English. Already, I really like this one. Yeah, this instrumental is really, really groovy and the vocals are very nice. Just from the start, just the title of the song, and then when they got into the instrumental, it like painted a really clear picture of the vibe of the song. I feel like a very chill, fun, like party vibe, like at the night time when like you're feeling really like euphoric, kind of. It's like partying, but like there's still the calmness of the nighttime around you. Yeah, this is just next level grooviness to a song.
Favorite recipe, gotta bust up the energy, yeah, yeah. Baby boy, you got my heart, craving you love your touch. Hope you don't mind, trying to take a trip under the moonlight. You're the one that I want, it must feel so deep like I'm in the
I like this part, this section. Almost like just barely, almost rapping. I love parts of songs like that where it's like where a bridge would be, it's like feels more like a verse, and like usually it's like one big build up, but it's like they just keep having like new little sections. Like there's no drop towards the end and build back up, just keeps going with the same energy the whole time, but it still feels like it's coming to a climax somehow. Already off to a very great start. I'm already feeling more of a kind of vision for how the album's gonna go, which of course could be completely wrong. Either way, very interested. But yeah, it was so groovy and vibey and just amazing song. Definitely matches Scientist, definitely feels like the same album, which again, just from listening to Scientist, if I was imagining like what B-sides would be on that album, I wouldn't have expected it to be like so loved, like more than some of their other albums. But just from this, like this fits the vibe very well, but it builds on it. And if it's like Scientist could be like the title track version of the vibe that runs through this whole album, and maybe just on its own as a title track, it wouldn't be what most people would be looking for necessarily, just because they're looking for a bit more energy. But for B-sides, this vibe kind of works a little better, like a bit more low-key, combining the low-keyness and also just fun vibiness to it. So like, I'm sure lots of people love Scientist, definitely, but I think there's more love title tracks by them. But I feel like that vibe could work better for B-sides, so that could be why people love this album so much. Yeah, for initial rating for this song, I think solid 90, just off the bat. Really good opening B-side, and excited to see what the rest of them are like. So let's get into the next one. Next, Icon.
I'm over the top, so what? I'm just trying to give them what they want.
The song immediately like gave me vibes of another title track by some other group. I feel like not like Bad Boy by Red Velvet. I don't know what it is. Very, again, immediately, yeah, feels like it matches the title of the song. Feel like immediate, lots of power and like confidence. This is all English again. Interesting them having full English songs this early in their career even. Because for this, mostly like marketed to Japan. But then the Fields is also on this album, so makes sense. Yeah, I love Chan's solo album so much, but like, man, I just never get tired of her rapping. I just want to hear more of that. Exactly what I asked for, okay.
me for your whole life.
Ooh, man, that's such a long section. I feel like in a group this big, it's very rare for one member to have a section that long. That's awesome.
From the start, never stop. I ain't going nowhere, I'm an icon. And all the mother, nobody's long gone. I don't even need to turn the mic on. Damn, I got it. I got it. Chasing the footsteps, you're trying to act too blessed. Trying to hide that but your best friend is stay calm, so try to be too on. Damn, I got it. I got it.
I just never would have imagined Twice doing this type of song years ago. But they completely ace it, definitely.
Damn, I got it. I'm iconic.
Yeah, iconic song, definitely. This and Moonlight both, right from the start, I was like, okay, yeah, this matches exactly the vibe that I got from just the title of the song. Such a confident song, like, I don't even need to turn the mic on. Like, it's not just because I'm an idol and famous that I'm iconic. It's like, I was just born that way, and being famous comes with that. And I loved that long Chaeyoung rap in the middle. That's just great. I love her singing so much. So glad to see a lot of that in her solo album, but her rapping, just as much, is incredible, and can't get enough of that. So I want to see even more of that in the future. Initial rating for that one, let's say 88 to start off. That one, I'm not sure how my opinion of that will evolve from listening to it more. I don't know if it'll just kind of be like, I get what it's going for, and it like won't really impress me more on more listens, or if it'll grow on me a bit. I don't know, but definitely like it a lot for now. Next one is Cruel. See if again, from just the title, I'll get kind of a vibe of what it's like. Cruel, obviously you would expect it to be talking about someone who's being cruel to them, probably in a relationship, so maybe it'll have more of a angry, sad vibe, kind of. Definitely more emotional, I would expect, so see how they do it. Okay, that was interesting. Right from the start, I was like, oh wow, very like emotional, like sad song. And then now it's like feels more upbeat. From the start, I was like totally getting the sad vibe, and now I was like, okay. Wow, okay. I want to talk about the lyrics and the sounds. Oh my god. Or I'll just not talk about anything because I'm just fully absorbed in what I'm hearing right now. All the like falsetto, is that the right word? Man. Oh my god, that chorus was absolutely incredible. But yeah, the lyrics are interesting. The vibe is like, feels like there's a mixture of emotions in the song. It's like still feeling betrayed by this person, but also feels like there's some confidence in it. It's like, I'm not cruel, I'm just doing what you're doing. It's an interesting mix of those emotions. Whenever I do reaction to songs like these, like there's a word that I'm like looking for to describe it that I still haven't figured out what it is. I'm always like sitting there looking for it. It's like, this gives me like goosebumps, kind of like, it feels like it grabs my heart and like keeps it on a, like stops it for a moment, because I'm just like, ooh, makes me want to like rise out of my seat like a cat that's scared or something. Like, this gives me that chills.
I know, it drives you mad. So cruel, 조각 난 기억. 속 구겨진 가슴 I know it drives you crazy You think I'm so cruel But I'm just doing all the things that you do Hey, you should put yourself in my shoes
Of course, it's definitely my favorite of them so far.
Yeah, I'm cruel You think I'm so cruel But I'm just doing all the things that you do Hey, you should put yourself in my shoes Like a fool Yeah, I'm cruel
Oh my god, there's still more. Long outro. It's cool. Okay. I'm blown away. That one was absolutely my favorite so far. That was so good. The chorus was incredible and just the vibes throughout the whole thing was so good. Like that's definitely my favorite of all the new Twice songs that I've listened to in the past few weeks. Like that one was real good. I like that I was focusing on the emotions in the first part of it because like I feel like this has a very interesting like emotional feel to it because yeah, from the title you would expect a song called Cruel to be like about someone else being cruel, but instead it's talking about them. It's like I'm not being cruel, I'm just doing what you're doing, but it makes for this very complex like story and feeling where it's like the song, you know, starts off with this sadness and that's what you expect, then it switches into like a lot more upbeatness and you just feel this like kind of self-assuredness throughout the whole thing. It's just like not what you expect, but it's like gives me this feeling of this person, they feel self-assured that it's like I'm not being cruel, you're the one who's being cruel and I'm self-assured in that, but you still feel the little hints of like also feeling betrayed and like hurt by this person. So it's like yeah, paints a very good emotional image as yeah, I'm just blown away by this. I love this song so much. Definitely starting to get the feeling of why people love this album a lot. Like if they keep this up, I'll definitely agree. This song, her initial rating, gotta say, like 94. Like that's how good it is, man. Like this is such a good song. Like I rarely give initial ratings for songs that high, but that was real good. Now my standards are gonna be set higher, so let's see if the next one can beat it. Next up, Real You. See, my initial theories for what it'll sound like. Feels like it would be similar to what I was guessing for Cruel, like feeling wronged by a person, feeling betrayed. Let's see if it has the same complexity as Cruel did. Again, feeling more upbeat than I would expect from the start. Okay. So it's an even more confident one than the last one. They keep tricking me this time. First two, I was expecting what they were going to sound like. This one, more unexpected. These lyrics are interesting. This one, it's not as much of a like real critical song. It's like they're talking about this person like they seem to love, but they're just like, come on, just be real with me. Thinking this person is like fake, but still like knowing there's something in them that they're attracted to, I guess.
마주하지 않게 되면 밀고 당길 필요 없어지는 웃기지 마 모르지 않아 real you 나 또한 숨기지 않을게 real me 사실 없는 미소를 지을 때 눈 맞춘 날 설레올 때 그게 진짜야 that's how I real love 떠올려봤어 진심 그대로만의 우리 모습 How to be in love with me 모르 긴장감이 싫지만은 나는 감정이 간지럽힐 때 So show me 더 real you
This is like this person is trying to be fake to win them over. They're just wanting to see the real them because that's what they're actually interested in. Okay. Yeah, that was good. Good. Interesting lyrics. Definitely liked it. I'd say it's my least favorite of the B-side so far. But it was a solid song. Definitely fun, vibey. But I honestly feel like the last few have like kind of set my expectations a little higher because now I'm like, yeah, it wasn't too bad. But it's definitely good. Not disappointed by it. It's funny how, again, even more than the last one, like it kind of surprised me with what the tone of the song was. I'm liking guessing what it's going to be like from the title. Gives me more to talk about. I feel like makes me focus on the lyrics more, which I don't typically do with songs, but it was interesting kind of story to the song. Talking about someone who just acting fake towards them, wanting to put on a face to get them to be liked. But I like our real love. I like the real you more so. So you should just act that way. Yeah, overall, definitely a very good song. Just like literally just listen to the song that by far impressed me the most out of all the new Twice songs that I've done reactions to. But this one's definitely real good. Probably give it an initial rating of 86. Still definitely far above average song. Very impressed with it. And the more I listen to it on its own and just think of it as its own song and not just being influenced by what I have just heard, I'll appreciate it more, I'm sure. It's definitely a good one. Next one, F.I.L.A. Fall in Love Again. Interesting title like that. Definitely makes me think of more of a story, like it'll be about people in a relationship that are like falling out of love and they want to reignite it, or like a relationship that ended that they want to start again. I don't know. Also, looks like over half of the members are like wanting to eat their fingers or just a piece of paper, which I'm sure has something to do with the song. So everything's intentional in these videos, definitely. Or is it just like the typical thing, like, I fall in love with you every time I see you? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Definitely a very like disco vibe to it. Having trouble like catching all the lyrics to figure out what the story of this is, because the song is very interesting too. just that, again, that one word is like interesting to me. Like, if they haven't gone into what makes it again, like what happened, make it have to be happening over again. Again, a very, very groovy, nice song. Feels like similar to Moonlight, kind of.
Oh no, here we go. Tonight the stars out, lights flash, thinking I was gonna dance. Now you got me in a trance.
Yeah, like good sounds, and the lyrics in the chorus definitely paint a picture, like, you know, at nighttime, dancing together and falling in love again. But it's like, I don't know. I want to know what led up to it. Like, why is it having to happen over again? Yeah, I love the disco vibe. For one of the past songs, that word popped into my mind. I don't remember which one, but I really love that kind of vibe. I feel like I don't hear it that much in K-pop songs, but definitely gives a very, very nice feeling to it. Just makes you imagine like that kind of freeing party feeling, like I was talking about with Moonlight, where it's like, it feels euphoric, like just completely letting yourself go at night and partying. Yeah, I got a very vivid like image of a like story from this, but like didn't answer the questions I had about why that word again is in there. Is it the type of thing where it's like, you know, I was always in love with you, but like every time we share a special moment like this happens all over again? Or is it about a relationship that had gone downhill somehow and then is coming back up? I don't know. No matter what, very good song that paints a good vibe of whatever that moment was when they felt like they were falling in love again. I think I give that one initial rating of 93, 92 or 3. I don't know. Something like that. Not quite as good as Cruel. That one was extra crazy. But I'd say probably 92 for this one. I felt like I imagined like a similar kind of vibe when I listened to Moonlight. I don't remember exactly how that sounded anymore. Probably was a bit different than this, but both felt like the, you know, free nighttime party feeling, which is a great one. Okay, next one, Last Waltz. This one, again, from the title, gives me the same vibe as the last one. Like, it makes me imagine, you know, waltz isn't really like a disco dance, but makes me imagine the same type of party vibe. This sounds a bit more like waltzy than what I was imagining it for. Ooh, okay. Oh my god. I have no thoughts that I could put into words right now. That chorus is crazy, man. It's definitely giving me the same feeling with Cruel, where I was just like, felt like my heart stopping, like giving chill. Definitely feel the waltz and the chorus. Like both words in the title are like fully represented, and the sounds like obviously that part gives a waltz vibe. Feels like you're swaying or whatever, dancing, but and the last part feels like, you know, very, very climactic song, like to believe it, like it's coming to an end here somehow. I don't even know what it means because I haven't been focusing on the lyrics as much. That's it. Oh my god. I thought it was going to go longer. Yeah. Lyrics I wasn't paying as much attention to because that song was crazy, but makes me wonder, why is it the last? Like, what's happening? Why is this all coming to an end? Like, felt like the pure, like, climax in the form of a song. Well, maybe I shouldn't word it that way, but felt very climactic. Like, yes, it's all coming to an end, like, very grand, like the end of some big, fantastical movie. Definitely had me really hooked. Like, I feel like that's how you make really good songs, is like, you know, just from the title, like you give this person an idea of like, you know, a story or a movie or like something big and grand, and somehow like display that just through the sounds and lyrics, and just make it feel like they've watched something as big as a movie, even though it's just, you know, less than 3 minutes. Like, very impressive. That one's definitely a contender with Cruel, I would say. It's very, very impressive. I would probably give it an initial rating of 93, like not quite to Cruel's level just from the first listen, but like there's so many parts in the song that just, you know, hook you, like the dun 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 part and all those parts that just hook you so much the first time you listen to them, but I'm sure they would just as much on every single subsequent listen. And plus, when you get over those, like all the rest of the song, I think is definitely something that, like, even if you took out all the real ear-catching parts, I think like just the base of the song is so good that it would be very, very impressive anyways. Like, I think this is a very, very well-crafted song. Like, I feel like this is the type of song, like, you make it and you're like, you just know, like, people are going to be obsessed with it. I always wonder, there's a lot of songs that I've heard where it's like, feels so like kind of plain and there wasn't that much thought into it, like just like a basic ballad or something like that. And I'm like, hearing how people make songs like this, it's like, if you want to like make a really popular song, I feel like you can kind of know how to do it. Like, you just got to add more complexity at least. Like, some people just do a basic ballad and put it out, and it's like, it's interesting to me. It's like, do you want it to be more popular? Because like, you need to have some stuff to spice it up. I feel like there's not that much to lose either. Like, sometimes if you do a really weird, crazy song, like, it'll at least be like divisive. But divisive songs, like, there are still people that love it. And when you just kind of don't make it stand out in any way, good or bad, it's like, what are you even trying to accomplish? I don't know. But this song, it's the type of song I feel like many people would absolutely adore from listening to it. And I don't think this would be divisive, and it's far from uninteresting. I think it's just like, how could you not love this song? Honestly, I'm seeing why people love this album. Like, I have been thoroughly impressed for all of this so far, and we still have most of the album left, I think. So we'll see if they keep it all up, because this has been crazy. Okay, Espresso. This one, title, does not give me any idea for what the song could sound like. No clue. Obviously, coffee is energizing, but also being at a like coffee shop is kind of relaxing. So really could be any vibe to this. Doesn't sound like. We don't sound energizing. As in, like, espresso, like, I keep you going. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not feeling energizing, but maybe that's what they're saying. It's like, gives you the energy to yeah, makes their heart race, but not in a big upbeat way necessarily. Yeah, there's more energy there. Yeah, like what I said, like coffee, when you think of it, it's like it's something that energizes you, but you kind of think of it in a more like low-key context a lot of the time, because I feel like you imagine a like calm coffee shop or something. I feel like this kind of mixes that. It's like my softness almost is energizing. It's so, you know, seductive or whatever. This chorus feels just as like ear-catching as Last Waltz almost. It's just like, you know, ear-catching part after ear-catching part. Like not just like one big solid chorus that just, you know, sounds good all the way through, but it's like just adding great parts on top of each other. The song is so effective. She said, "Look in my eyes," and I immediately just went up and did it. Yeah, just again the mix of like strong energy and like softness is so compelling. Another very, very great one. Like I feel like this whole album has had a lot of songs that are just very self-assured kind of, and like there's different nuances to that. Like in Cruel there's also that feeling of betrayal like hidden in it, I feel like, but like it's lots of different versions of like pure confidence, like I'm powerful and in control here, and they're all very convincing, and it's really making me feel that vibe from them. They're telling me that I'm gonna love the song, and like I can't say no. Like it's true. Like these songs are all real good. Give that one another solid 92 for initial rating. Just they're all staying at this level. Like, and in their past two albums that I listened to, I kept being like starting off the albums and being like, are they gonna keep this vibe the whole way through? And like they kept doing it, and I was like impressed. We got to the end and like keeping the kind of feeling, but still making all the songs stay interesting. But this one, I feel like the songs are kind of shaking up a bit more. Like each song has its own full identity, I would say, but like they're all just being equally great pretty much, and they're all keeping a consistency in some way of like, I feel like they're all painting good pictures in my head of like stories and feelings. Just very impressive. I'm waiting for them to stop being this great and see if it happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hey, funny story. I finished recording this video and started editing it, and like most of the way through editing, I realized that somehow I skipped the song. I have no idea how it happened. I literally had a playlist with all the songs and this was on it, and somehow I skipped it. I don't know what happened, but I'll do a reaction for it real quick, even though I've seen the rest of the album. Then we'll get back to my past self. So this is 알고 싶지 않아, or Rewind by Twice. And 알고 싶지 않아 means I don't want to know. So see what this is about. What if this is just my favorite song on the album? I just missed it somehow. definitely fits the songs from this part of the album that I heard. I feel like I'm gonna have thoughts about this song that are gonna reference future songs.
누구나 하는 그런 사랑이었을 뿐 아니 내가 너무 변한 걸까 그래 그때는 참 그랬어 너를 미워할 수밖에 없었어 그렇게 견뎠어 난 모든 걸 다 줬지만 알고 싶지 않아 어떻게 지내는지
This next level, chill song. Definitely has another one of the songs on the album that feels like it has a real like storyline, like scenario it paints in my head. Gotta see actually where in the album this was so I can remember where in the video this is gonna go. So yeah, right after Espresso, still in all those songs, felt like have a very cohesive image for each one. Definitely, like I said, paints a scenario in my mind, and this, you know, with the lyrics being about not wanting to look back and remember this relationship because don't care about it anymore, just feeling jaded. It's a very, very chill, nice song, low key, that I feel like makes sense having this here. It transitions more into the next song, you know, bringing the tone down a bit because the ones before all had a bit more energy than this. This one feels very nice and relaxing, but like Espresso, and then this transitioning into the next song definitely feels more accurate for like the first half of this album, which obviously changes more when we get into the second half, as you'll see. Yeah, I don't know, I think just my head isn't in recording space as much anymore, but very, very good, pleasant to listen to, but I don't really have as much else to say about it. I think it's a good addition to the album, definitely fits the rest of them. Definitely a good song that I want to listen to more. Probably give it an initial rating of 85. So a bit on the lower end of my ratings for the songs on the album, but again, I think it like fills out the album more. The album is very filled out because there's a lot of songs, but I think it's definitely a good, more low-key song that just kind of keeps the album going, makes it feel like a very big, complete album. So good addition. Now we can get into the next one. Okay, finally halfway through the album now. Next one is 선인장 or Cactus. Gives just, you know, the title makes me imagine an actual like cactus desert vibe, which doesn't really fit the rest of the album, but I'm guessing it's going to be more of a metaphor for like a spiky person in some way. Interesting vibe. Are they gonna pick up the energy a bit in a second? Okay. I'm having a hard time imagining it picking up energy for now, but having a song this low-key halfway through the album is interesting. Definitely feels like an end of an album song. Yeah, I was not expecting this emotion to it. Wow. I'm just as impressed by this song as the other ones, but I'm completely thrown for a loop. It's not, it just feels out of place kinda, but it's real good. What I was talking about earlier about like just plain ballads being put out, I'm like, do you not want to make it more interesting? Like this feels like a more complex, like actually making a like soft emotional song like this really good. Like it still feels very complex even though it's at its base level but more barren and just, you know, riding off of emotions and sentimentality, but like doing it really well, because like that part there super low-key, but then like they keep having different levels of energy all throughout the song that like keep you hooked. And the piano, man. I don't know why it's called Cactus though. Dried thorns won't prick you. Gotta pay attention to the lyrics more because that line was interesting. I'm completely stunned by it. Like, how is this in the middle of this album? Like, this is not in the middle of the album song. I'm very impressed by it. From what I've heard so far, yeah, I would not expect this to be in the middle of the album, but also just, like, this doesn't feel like a song that would be in this album at all. But, like, if it's a really good song, then I'm okay with that. It doesn't have to fit the rest of the song, like, or the rest of the album. Like, if it's good, it's good. And that was really good. I feel like there are not many songs that are just this kind of emotional, sentimental song like this, where it's like the instrumental is not making it more interesting. Like with other sentimental songs, like it gives you more of a unique like atmosphere to it, where you like you imagine a different setting, like at night or something. Like this feels like it's totally like vocal driven, and like most songs where it's completely vocal driven are going to be less interesting, but like it gives this very sincere emotional feel to it without it being one note at all. Like it feels like the emotions are changing throughout the song, kind of. The lyrics, the parts that I picked up were interesting. Like feels like they've hit rock bottom and now they are kind of realizing that the only way is up. That's what I got from it. It's like said, like, I'm a dried out cactus, so my thorns won't prick you anymore. Like it makes me imagine someone who's like shut themselves off from the world and has like been so scared of being hurt for so long that now they've just hit rock bottom and now realize that the only way forward is to like let people in and let people save them, which is a message I like a lot. Like I think my favorite show, Neon Genesis Evangelion, I feel like that's kind of the message of that show. There's other media I really like that has that message, and that's what I feel like the song is about, which is a very good message. And it almost makes hitting rock bottom not even seem like, it seems like you can handle it, because it's like once you can't go any lower, then you realize the only way to go is up. And that's what I felt like from this. Like, I've been a cactus, like, you know, trying to push things away, but now I can't do that anymore. I'm not capable of continuing to do that, so I'm gonna let myself be saved now. That's what I got from lyrics I did read. I was more focused on the song this time, but yeah, overall, another very good one. Like, I wouldn't expect to give a song like this a rating super high most of the time, but I think I'd give this an initial rating like 91. Could even be higher if I listen to it again. It's very, very good. Almost died in front of you. Yeah, let's get into the next one. Okay, now we're getting into something interesting, because these next three are all unit songs. So this one is Push and Pull with Jihyo, Sana, and Dahyun. Interested to see what the different combinations are. Haven't seen what the other two's actual units are, but they're all units. Normally in an album this long, like this definitely would be the point where I'm like, okay, I don't know how we still have, I think, like 5 songs left. I was like, God, I don't know what I'm going to have to say about the rest of this. Like, I feel like things need to be shaken up for this. And now they are shaking it up, which is nice. But also, I feel like the songs have all been so captivating that I honestly wasn't even feeling that. Even this far into the album, I wasn't feeling like, oh, God, I wish we would have something to switch it up so I can not feel like I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. But either way, we are getting unit songs now, which is interesting. And excited to see what the feelings are for these. Will they keep the same impact that all the full group songs have had? Let's see. Okay, feeling the disco vibe again. Okay, having that confidence again. Feels like a similar vibe to Fall in Love Again. I don't think Twice had any unit songs before this. No, they just have Misamo, but okay, yeah. Like when the song started, I kind of had that idea in my mind, you know, push and pull is like typical, like playing games and love type thing. Like that's how I'll make you interested, like pushing and pulling. I don't recommend this strategy in real life relationships, but if it's a song, it can have a nice vibe. It's funny how they had to like make the English line smaller for that, because it got longer in English when it was translated. Very groovy. Again, this feels like, you know, having new members of Seven Nine. This also feels like it's kind of like a smaller version of Feel Love Again to me. Still feeling that kind of disco vibe to it, but feels not quite as interesting as that one, but it's very good still. I feel like every time they include these like disco sounds in the background, it feels very, very compelling. Like immediately makes the song feel more complex for whatever reason. It feels like a more upbeat song than Fall in Love Again. Still keeping me very impressed. I feel like for whatever reason in like albums, whenever they're like, it's a full group that has an album and like some of the songs are unit songs, I feel like a lot of the time those aren't quite as compelling as the full group songs. And I don't know why that is. I don't see any reason why that should be. But yeah, this felt a little like that, but like definitely felt like it was keeping up the feeling of the album, but again in like a kind of smaller scale. Still definitely very, very high quality. I give it initial rating like an 88. Again, good song. Definitely very fun, interesting, kept a good vibe without getting stale or anything. So impressed, but excited to see what the other unit songs are like. Okay, Hello with Nayeon, Momo, and Chaeyoung. Wonder how they picked the units. So last one would be Jonghyun, Mina, and Zoo. So yeah, I wonder if they like made these songs first and then decided like units based off of who would fit each song, or if they came up with units first and like let's make a song for this specific combination of members. I don't know. Excited to see what kind of vibe these three will have. I feel like Momo and Chaeyoung both have a kind of cutesy rapping vibe to them. Okay. Is this the right album? It's pronounced fanfare, actually. I was asking for Chaeyoung rapping. I'm very excited to see how Nayeon adds to this. This is exactly what I imagined was these two rapping together, but wow, I love this. Love seeing this. Nayeon's vocals, I can already imagine pulling it together in a very, very interesting way. Okay. Bring it back down now. Okay, Nayeon's rapping. You're supposed to be singing. You're supposed to be bringing it together with singing. It's crazy. I never, ever, ever would have expected this from Twice in general, but especially not this album. Why is she rapping? It's cool, but damn, I'm shocked. Twice is going to do a rap song. What members should we choose for that? Oh, Chaeyoung, Momo, and then of course we need Nayeon. Who else would do the rapping? See, Nayeon rapping is very cool, but yeah, I feel like this chorus, it could really add another level to the song if we got Nayeon's vocals for it, along with the rapping. I can't stop being shocked by it. Like, I feel like I've just had a fever dream. Like, what was that? what was that supposed to be on this album? Like, that was I'm legitimately just shocked. Like, how is this a thing? who greenlit this? It's not a bad song, but I'm just completely shocked that it's on this album. Or I would be shocked if I heard this from any Twice album. But just I think someone's trying to break into my apartment or something. But yeah, like, especially this album, like, this completely does not match the tone at all. And I was like, from the rapping at the start, immediately I was like surprised, but I thought it was at least gonna keep up the like complexity vibe. Like, all these album, like, all the songs have been more complex and had like a specific vision behind it, I feel like. But this kind of felt like a more typical rap song, and I was totally expecting Nayeon to like have some really cool, interesting vocals in the chorus to like bring it together and like contrast with the rapping. But she just did rapping instead. Like, since when does Nayeon rap? For 3 years or whatever, 4 years even. I just have not known that apparently Nayeon has done rapping now. I'm flabbergasted by this. And again, like, it's not a bad song. Like, it's cool seeing Nayeon rapping, but I think the song overall would have benefited more from having like more interesting vocals from her, because she has such a, you know, cool tone, and I thought that would really contrast well with the rapping. But yeah, I was wanting to hear Momo and Chaeyoung rapping together because I feel like their tones can fit together, but had a vision for how it would all come together, and that was not done. I think I give an initial rating of like 73. Like, it's a good song. I think it's good. I just, yeah, like, how do other people feel about this? I feel like even with them liking this album a lot, I feel like other people wouldn't like this one as much. This would be like a skip. Like, they listen to the album and just skip it. Like, it feels really out of place. But I definitely don't dislike it or anything. I have to see what Jung and Mina to do for their unit song. Okay, 1, 3, 2. This one, for this unit, I would definitely imagine more of a low-key vibe. Like, I feel like they can all do more calm vocal parts quite well. We'll see what they do. Ooh. Kind of Latin vibe. Was not expecting this, but I do think they can do this concept well too. Kind of feels like I've already listened to the album and now I'm like in a separate one. This song is definitely good. Yeah, this very good song again. The chorus is nice, but like, it felt like the first unit song, like, it at least fit the vibe of the album. And now these two definitely feel different. They're feeling a bit flustered now, like having a hard time totally focusing on the song on its own. Like, it is very good on its own. I'm just like kind of like, man, this is not what I was expecting. Kind of Mina rapping that. I'd love to see this unit do a more kind of sensual type sound too, but they really do fit this genre well. Wouldn't have imagined it. This is kind of has a sensualness to it, but I was expecting like not the more energy of the like Latin vibe of like a bit more of a real smooth song. Yeah, honestly, my thoughts on this song are complicated. Like, I feel like I'm probably coming across as like not fully loving this song, and like honestly, I really, really do like this song. Like, I think this one's a very good one. Not as good as a lot of the other songs on this album, but I'd say it's a very above average song overall. But I'm just totally like feeling like confusing feelings in my mind just from this and the last one being so disconnected from the rest of the album that I'm like a bit confused. But yeah, just to focus on the song on its own, like very good vibe. I think these are definitely good members to pick for this concept. I think it was a cool choice for, you know, doing unit songs. I'm surprised that they decided to do that for this album. Like, I feel like if they ended the album with Cactus, it would have probably been an even more loved album than it already is, because it would feel like a complete package where it like all feels like it's put together as one album. And like adding these on, it's like they aren't bad songs, definitely, but it's like I feel like the album could have been even more elevated if like they separated these and had these in a different release. Yeah, again, I don't remotely dislike the song. I think it's a very, very, very good song. I would give it a initial rating like 87, I think. Very definitely above average song. I'm just surprised by this whole thing for these past few songs. Like, again, push and pull, like felt like it at least matched the vibe. It's just now these past two have just totally gone away from the rest of the album, but still a good song. Glad it was made. We'll see if the last B-side is more connected to what the other ones were like. And then we'll get into the feels, which I haven't listened to in a while. Okay, last B-side before the feels is called Candy. Back to the full group again. Interested to see if now they're going to return to what the rest of the full group songs were for most of the album. Yeah, the title reminds me of Candy Boy from their very first album. Makes me like wonder like how many newer Twice fans have like fallen in love with their newer sound and like haven't gone back to check out the older ones, because like, you know, obviously very bit of music to check out, and if people don't want to put that much time into it, they might only know the newer ones. It'll be like the opposite of what my experience has been, like me falling in love with the older songs and just now coming around to the newer ones. Like, I wonder how many people have the opposite experience. Are they feeling the same way about me that I would feel about them? Like, that would make me sad if people are just seeing these new ones, and these new ones are great, but it would make me sad if they're like haven't gone back to check out the old ones, because still, like, even after how amazing this album was, I would say still overall from the newer songs, I would say their older ones are still superior in my mind, but still very impressed with everything else they've done. But I would be sad to hear that people are like more in love with newer Twice and haven't gone back to check out their older ones. But I'm guessing most people will have checked out all their stuff if they gotten really into newer songs from them. Yeah, I'm guessing the song will be very different from Candy Boy, which is a song I love. There's also Candy Pop too. So this is their third song that has to do with candy. So let's see what it sounds like.
Like candy, sugar so sweet. That's what it tastes like when you're loving me. Thinking about you every night. I can get enough.
Yeah, now thinking back, like again, now it makes more sense why Cactus was like the last of those ones, because you know, this definitely feels like we've gone into a new one. But this one does. If this one was the end of all those original songs before the unit ones, I would feel like it would fit. Yeah, it's almost like felt like they had like a repackage of the album, but it was just all one from the beginning. Definitely feels like more of a typical like end of album song. But as always with Twice, they at least do it better than most other groups might. Glad I think it makes sense that they put this one after the unit songs and put Cactus after the other ones. Like I feel like Cactus fits the vibe of the first half of the album better. And this feels like it would be more at the end of a typical K-pop album that would include songs like the unit songs, where it's like a bit more mixed up. Like a lot of albums are like that. Feel like fits that better. Cactus fit the vibe of the first half of the album that felt very kind of not necessarily uniform in sound, but like uniform in like they all felt like they were one album with each song painting like its own story. This one feels like a more typical, just nice sentimental song. So definitely very good, but not quite as special as the first parts of the song. I say first half, but it's a lot more than just half of the album. So yeah, not as much to say about that one, but again, just like I'm not being like biased against it just because the first part of the album was really good. Like still a very good song. Definitely would listen to it more in the future. Very nice and pleasant to listen to. Nothing wrong with a more basic, warm, nice sentimental song to end off an album, and it is still done better than like most songs like this on like other K-pop groups' albums, I would say. So yeah, still a good song. I'm glad to hear it. This whole album has definitely met the expectations of what I've heard about it, even with the ending being a little weird. Like I would say, I totally understand why this album was hyped up more than the others. I'd say I'm fully in love with all their older releases more, but this definitely could be one of my favorite Twice albums, without a doubt. Like nothing will beat Twice-togram. Twice-togram is completely one of my favorite albums ever released. I love that album so much, but this absolutely is a match for their best releases. Like amazing. I don't think I give Candy an initial rating, so I'd probably give that like an 81 or something. Definitely solid song, very good. Yeah, that was all the B-sides, but we will listen to the Feels as well, because it's been a long time since I've listened to that. Yeah, the Feels, when it came out, I feel like it was quite popular. Like I feel like this is more popular than Scientist even. Like it went kind of viral and like people really loved it, but it never really stuck out to me. Like not at all a bad song, but it was kind of just like, yeah, good song, solid. I don't remember like even listening to it that much. So see how it like fits the rest of the album. Like was this released before the album? I want to say the album was released in November and this was September, so probably wasn't like made with the album in mind, but still kind of see how it fits the album as a whole and just see what my thoughts on it are after listening to it after all these years. I do feel like, just immediately getting back into it, I feel like it does kind of fit the vibe of the first part of the album. Like if it was just, you cut out the like unit songs and Candy and just put this on it, I wouldn't have felt like it was out of place. definitely a catchy song. Like, see this? Like if it played on the radio a lot, like I don't think I would get tired of it at all. Like it's definitely good. Definitely very, very fun song. Like this song could be like very fun to listen to like at absolutely any time. Like I feel like I could listen to this on repeat over and over and not get tired of it. But like compared to Scientist, like I feel like Scientist, that part's good though. Like with Scientist, I feel like there's a more uniqueness where it's like gets me really hooked and interested into it when listening to it. This one is just like very, very well done. I love Chan. I could get distracted by Chan. But this one's just a very, very well done, very fun song, but it's not as like interesting to me as Scientist is. Still a very above average song, I would say though. I think Mina owns this song a lot. Definitely stands out a lot. This feels like Twice doing a BTS song. That's what this feels like. Like I could totally see BTS releasing. Like it definitely feels like a kind of butter dynamite vibe, but with Twice doing it, I like it even better. And that makes me wonder, like, is that what American audiences like? Like, do American audiences love songs like that? Because it made me think of Dynamite and Butter, which are also English releases. When I think of, like, what the general American public likes, like, I don't really think of songs like this. But, I mean, they've all done well, so maybe it is. I don't know. There's a bit more to the video, I guess. I'll just look at that. It's just a poster for upcoming stuff they're doing. That's interesting to do. Yeah, it just feels like Butter Dynamite type song, just done by Twice, who can do it like, you know, as well as it can possibly be done, which definitely brings it to be quite above average. But there's definitely other Twice songs that just definitely have a more interesting feel to them that make them stick in my head a lot more than this one does. But still a great song, without a doubt. I'd probably give it a rating of like an 87. Very above average song. But yeah, like Scientist in comparison, like is such an interesting title track that makes me want to listen to it more, definitely. But yeah, I feel like this song does fit the album. If I listen to it as a B-side, I wonder what my thoughts on it would be. But yeah, we have come to the end of Taste of Love. O+T equals heart is the full album title. Should say that. And I am completely blown away. Yeah, like incredible album. I do feel like if the unit songs weren't a part of it, it would be stronger. And not because the unit songs are bad, just because they don't fit quite as well as the rest of it. But like that doesn't do enough to bring it down. Like it's a really, really good album, and I'm fully in love with it. And it could definitely be better than even the old Twice albums, which I love. Like it's definitely up there with the best of Twice releases, and I completely understand why people love it so much. It's really, really good, especially Cruel, and I don't remember which other ones I loved a lot, because I love them all a lot in the beginning. Yeah, Scientist as a title track for it is kind of an interesting choice too. Like, I do feel like that one isn't as popular as a lot of other Twice title tracks, but like it fits the album well, like very well, better than a lot of Twice title tracks do. And I feel like a lot of the time maybe those stand out more just because they're better than their albums even. Like people just focus on those title tracks more than the albums, but Scientist kind of fits in with the B-sides better, and it makes people appreciate the album more than just the title track. I love Scientist, definitely. Yeah, overall, with this being the most hyped up one, I hope they still have some great albums like this in the future. Like, if they never get to this height again, like, that would still be okay, because, like, this is absolutely incredible. But I'm sure we have some great songs in the future to get into, and I definitely will do reactions to all of their future Korean albums, along with, you know, solo albums, because next is Pop by Nayeon, or whatever that album is called. I keep getting more excited every time I do one of these, getting more and more into Twice again, and can't wait for more. Next video about Twice I upload, though, should be a reaction to a 2025 guide to Twice, to see what things people would put in to, you know, introduce a new viewer to them, and see how much is like similar to what I know of from back then and what stuff would be new to me. So excited to get into that after that Nayeon's album. After that should be whatever their next Korean album is, and I'll try and add some other Twice stuff in between. Also have lots of other reactions to other groups, so if you subscribe to see all of those, I would appreciate it very much. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.